Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Life is a Bowl of Cashews. I'm Brian, and I'm joined with...
Hello, humans! I sound echoey.
No, you sound fine.
Oh, good. Okay, start it all over.
Okay. Hello, everybody out there. This is Brian, and we're here with Life is a Bowl... No, that's weird. We're not here with it. We're on it. Hello there, everyone out there in the interwebs. This is Life is a Bowl of Cashews, because life can be sweet, salty, and a little nutty.
It sure can.
I'm Brian, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hello, humans! It's Paul.
Hey there, how are y'all doing?
How are you doing?
I was talking to the peoples.
Wait. Have you ever seen that SNL skit? Saturday Night Live?
I know what SNL is.
I know you don't. Shut up. Okay, so no. There's this like disc jockey and she wears these really old grandma sweaters and she does this radio show and she talks like this and she goes, "Hi, how are you guys?" And so when you said that, it reminded me of that and it made me laugh.
Oh, I didn't know that one. I thought you meant like the "How are you doing?" I'm like, I thought that was a Friends thing.
Oh, well, how you doing?
That. See, I that's what I was thinking.
There's that one. Anyways, sorry. Continue.
So yes, welcome to the brand new podcast.
Life is a bowl
of cashews.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to finish it?
No,
I'm
it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine.
You didn't take a breath to finish it until I was
Life
done.
Is a bowl of cashews. No, that's pretty funny. Yeah, this is our new podcast that we've decided, like, let's bring like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Bros back, but different.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. For those guys who want to know what happened with Bibbidi Bobbidi Bros, we'll get into that into a later episode. We're planning a whole episode to talk about what happened with that one. But we wanted to make a new podcast where it's basically two best friends talking about
Anything.
Nonsensical conversations, pretty much. We're just going to talk about whatever pops into our noggin.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
craziness.
could be philosophical.
There will definitely be some philosophicalness happening.
It's gonna be funny.
But it's going to be funny. It's just going to be random, weird, fun.
It's just gonna entail everything.
Yeah, it's basically just lighthearted, chill conversations.
Oh my gosh, you know what we are?
What?
We're the paella of podcasts.
Oh, what?
Do you don't know what a paella is?
I know what a papaya is.
Paella is a Spanish dish, and it's a rice dish, and it has everything in it. Meat, seafood, veggies, you name it.
Oh, so it's a gumbo.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah, but not. So but no, kind of not. But it's called everything but the kitchen, the kitchen sink. So everything's
so gumbo.
Yeah, pretty much, but not. I don't want to relate that to gumbo, but yeah. So we're the paella, we're the gumbo. What did I say? The gumbo. We're the gumbo podcast.
Yeah,
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So, what are we talking about today?
There's a couple things I want to talk about, Mr. Hall.
All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The first thing I want to talk about is I wanted to see how I sounded like doing this accent.
Okay. For those guys who don't know, I am a voice actor, an impressionist. That's my job.
Yes.
So
here we go.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I can't. You're staring at me.
Well,
so now I can't do it.
We're doing a podcast together. What am I supposed to do? Look at the wall?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to stare at the wall.
I'm going to keep talking to you while I'm looking at the wall.
Okay. Hold on.
Do you want me to not look at you?
No. I'm going to stare at the wall.
I won't look at you.
I'm going to do this. Right, here we go. Okay. Hello. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Do you remember? Sometimes we just have these weird conversations with accents.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why, but you have to usually start it.
Yeah.
Well, then start it.
I don't know what voice you're trying to do.
I'm trying to do that, like, New Zealand-y accent.
New Zealand.
That one.
Well, this is more Australian specifically.
Oh, I can't do Australian.
I've never really tried New Zealand specifically, but
okay, then
Australia's
do like a Cockney, like an English, like a Cockney English.
A little Cockney.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I see. And then I kick in when you do it. Okay, there we go. I always wanted to sound like this. Well, not like in real life, but
you're not doing Cockney.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Technically, I didn't do Cockney whenever I said it either.
Okay,
but you hopped on the train.
You start it, and then I'm gonna hop on.
Hello, Governor.
Hello. See, it's much easier for me.
What you need is a reference. Is what you need.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
a reference. So
yeah.
Okay. Do it again.
I'll give you guys or no, I'll talk about it in a second. You want another one? It's like,
Do another one.
hello, governor. Yeah, little spot of tea.
That's Cockney.
That's Cockney.
Yeah.
Wait, did you not want me to do Cockney? I thought that's what we were doing.
Now do like a regular British accent.
A regular British accent.
Oh, you sound so proper when you do
Well, of
it.
course, it's
Oh,
British,
word.
or English specifically.
Oh, English, yes.
Yes, it's
Oh,
the English
see,
accent. Of
I can
course.
do it when you do it.
Yes, you just need a reference. Is what you need.
Oh.
So what you're doing is you're parroting.
I'm so smart. I'm really not. That was funny.
So remember how I told you? So this is a little behind the scene knowledge. Those guys who watch
Behind the scenes.
my voiceover videos and stuff like that, my impression stuff. You know this because you see my daily life. You know what happens.
I do.
So you know how I will take a
Dales.
bunch of clips
Yeah.
from a show or a movie that I'm doing, and I
Yeah,
make.
you call it Oh.
I'm making a reference video for myself.
You tell me all the time, I'm making a reference video.
And you're
in
just
my
like,
head, I'm
what
like,
are you
why?
doing? And so it's when I'm filming, I don't have to sit there and try to look up to remember what the voice sounds like. I have one video where it's all right there.
Yeah,
And that video does not go, it gets sent to my editor so they know who's who, but that's about it.
Do you want to hear an embarrassing story about accents?
Okay.
So we're all going to get to know each other on this podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So I'm an LCSW. And before I became
That's
an LCSW.
okay. I didn't know what it was either.
So I'm a clinician. I'm mental health. Just think of me as a psychologist. So
Without the doctor part.
I'm not a PhD. I just have a master's degree. So anyway.
But that's still really smart. I got a bachelor's
pretty
in
smart.
music.
I'm pretty smart. If I do say so myself. Anyway, so before I was a clinician, I was a police dispatcher. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I was dispatching one day, we were in a big room, right? We were and I was one of the leads. And so I'm sitting there, and the lead desks, like there were two of us. We were right next to the main dispatch door. So like when someone would like have to knock in, or we buzz them in because it's a secured facility. So I get like a little ding dong because we had a doorbell, and I look on the camera, and it's our records person, the person that keeps all the police records, like one of them.
Yeah.
And she has an English accent.
Mm-hmm.
So I open the door and I go, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And she goes, "Oh, do it. Do an English accent."
I don't know what she said.
Okay, so she was all like, "Hello," whatever. And I was like, so then as she's talking to me,
So what she says doesn't matter.
doesn't matter what she says. No, what matters is as she's talking to me, she asks me a question in her beautiful English accent, and I respond in an English accent because it just weirdly came out. And she looks at me and she goes, "Are you mocking me?" And I go, "Oh, no." I go, "But you have such a beautiful accent." And I did it, and I'm sorry. And she walked away from me and told on me. And she said I was mocking her.
Which you weren't.
I wasn't. When someone does an accent in front of me, I weirdly just do it.
Oh, I have to fight that urge because I want to do it too. Mainly just because it's fun.
It's not just fun, but that can also be super, like, in my opinion, rude.
Oh, it absolutely
So
can
it's
be,
like,
which is why I fight the urge.
Right. So she's like talking to me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, totally." And I'm like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" Because she was all, I remember her saying, she's like, "Oh, can you get that over there for me? Like, I need that." And I went, "Oh yeah, no problem." And she goes, "Are you mocking me?" And I went, no, not at all. And then my American accent kicked in. And she goes, "Well, you can clearly do that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm going to hell." Like, it was a really, she told on me. I got written up for it. Like, who gets written up for that stuff?
Well, I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean it, but yeah, I just threw
a blanket on the floor. Because who gets written up for that? I've been written up for things in my life. Don't get me wrong. I've done stupid things. But an accidental, like, oops. Like, I was not mocking you. By the way, this was 20 years ago, so why I'm so mad about it right now still,
I don't know why you're so mad about it. But was y'all's... Yeah,
no,
I know words.
She quit 2 weeks later.
Oh, I was about to say, was y'all's relationship tarnished after that? But
it was. She quit fixed. 2 weeks later, and she blamed me.
Because of one accidental slip up?
She was there for 32 years.
I was about to say that...
Maybe she retired.
That seems to me, unless you were doing something else that you just was not put in this conversation.
No.
That seems to me like she's dealt with a lot of that in her life.
Okay. So I might have done something else.
Oh, no. Here it is. Because I'm like, that's not a reason to quit for an accidental slip
I think
up.
she retired, but happened was as she was saying, "Are you mocking me?" I said no, and then she got mad at me, and I turned around and I went, me, I'm mocking you. And I said, "You're stupid." That's why I got written up.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
And I said it in an accent. I went, I forgot how I did. I'm like, "You're stupid."
Okay, you left that part out.
Of course I did. I want to make myself sound better.
Well, that makes a lot more sense. Because I'm like, I don't see anybody quitting over an accidental mistake like that.
I think she retired.
I get how it was insensitive.
Oh, it was. But it was an accident.
Yeah, and
not the stupid part. I called it stupid on purpose.
Like an accidental thing, I feel like most people, even if it was insulting, when they realize it was an accident, they'll let it go. Unless it continues, unless you mock behind her back again.
And I might have hung up on her twice when she called.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
But that was a story I wanted to share. I'm happy we got to share that story.
Wow, this is the first story on Life is a Bowl of Cashews.
I'm happy we got to share
We're already
that.
at the salty part.
But after 20 years, I'm salty about it after 20 years.
When you're the one who did wrong.
She deserved it afterwards.
That was kind of mean.
No, that was kind of mean. I'm sorry.
That was kind of mean.
I apologize to the random lady I don't remember from 20 years ago. She was 60 when she did that, so she's dead by now, I think. 70, 80.
Wow.
Yeah, she would have been 80 now. She's probably dead.
She can still be alive at 80. People don't.
Oh no, my grandpa lived till my grandpa lived till he was like 91. But that I'm just saying, she wasn't in good health. She smoked a lot.
Well, you don't know. Let's not assume that she's dead.
She's probably dead.
Let's go to the next topic.
Okay. I have one more thing I want to cover.
All right.
This is a random topic, which this whole podcast is about. Oh my gosh, randomosity.
What a randomosity.
Randomosity. That's my new word I'm making.
Randomosity.
Now we're gonna do some randomosity.
Okay. That is like the most Jack Black thing you've ever said.
Thank you. I like Jack Black.
I do too.
Okay, so randomosity.
The moment of randomosity.
He's doing the rock on sign as he's doing this.
Because
okay.
it's Jack Black. I have to.
Duh. Okay, so randomosity. What? You want to do it, don't you?
Randomosity! Okay, I'm done. Every time you say it, I'm going to have to do that now.
No, I can't say it because I want to get into the topic, and I can't.
Well,
okay. So, just like the English accent I wanted to try out, I was driving home a couple days ago, and something popped in my head.
Yeah.
Why do they call them scones?
I have no idea.
Speaking of British people, because they like scones.
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand scones at all.
How do you not understand a food?
No, I mean,
it's right in front of you.
I can understand,
I'm looking it up, by the way.
I can understand the concept of the food.
Okay.
I don't understand why it's a thing. Because to me, it's an overbaked cookie in the form of a triangle.
Wait,
that's all it is.
First of all, I think you're referring to... So we have a local tea house where we live.
Wait, are all scones not in triangles?
No.
Oh, it's just that one?
I don't know if it's just that one, but not all scones are triangles.
Oh.
Scones can be like circles. They can be like crescent shaped. They can be triangles.
Maybe it's just our scone place I don't
like.
like.
Well, I think ours... Okay, but wait. According to Wikipedia... Because, they're super... Actually, they're not bad.
I was about to say, they're more right than they're wrong, but they can be wrong.
So, this is interesting, and I did not know this. But first of all, historically, scones are round and flat. So, not triangles. So they're historically round and flat.
Okay. So, then what's the difference between that and a cookie?
I don't know. But I want to know why. Okay, the pronunciation of the word within the English-speaking world varies. Oh, they call it a scone.
A scone.
In England, they don't call them scones. They call them scones.
Really?
A scone. Can I get a scone? A scone. Scone? What?
Do they really?
They said that rhymes with gone. Scone.
I don't know. We need someone from England to weigh in on this and tell us if that is true or not.
That is so interesting. Anyway, scones first started in 1513, and the origin of the word is actually obscure and may derive from different sources. But the classic is from Scotland, and it's a Scottish.
It's a Scottish.
What's a Scottish?
It's a Scottish dish.
It's a Scottish.
It's like a Scottish dish, but no Scotland in it.
Did you? Wow. Did you? So it originated in Scotland and in the Netherlands, really? Anyway, yeah, around 1513, and it's called a schoenbrood.
Well, okay.
And it stands for spoon bread. That's where it comes from.
Bread.
Mm-hmm.
So I still ask it again. What's the difference between that and a cookie? Because I feel like I feel like we're having a redundancy.
You're a
of
basic
dessert.
Betty.
I am absolutely a basic Betty. I'm fine admitting that.
So we're gonna talk about the basic Bettiness for a minute too. But as a basic Betty, I don't know if there's an actual like huge difference between a scone and a cookie.
I'm gonna look it up now.
I don't
I'm
think they're gonna tell you, but I will say it's cultural at that point, right? Each culture has a different form of a cookie. Like in Italy, they're not called cookies; they're called biscotti, right?
Well, I mean, in the UK, they're called biscuits,
right? But they have.
But then that makes me sad because they don't have our biscuits.
You're such a Southerner.
I really am.
Okay, but
At least when it comes
I think
to
it's
food.
more cultural. It's less like, well, is there a difference? And it's more. Sorry, I did it with teeth that time. Well, is there a difference between a scone and a cookie?
So in our friendship, every time he does a Southern accent, he does so without teeth. And I make fun of him all the time because it's like, you realize that Southerners have teeth.
No, I don't. Okay, wait. Stereotype time.
I grew up in Texas and I have all of my teeth.
Well, so does half your family. Half your family.
All of my family have their teeth.
Okay, but wait. Stereotype time. When I was growing up, I grew up in California, okay? I grew up in Los Angeles, and I'm telling you right now, our stereotype of Southern people were, hi, my name's Bucks, nice to meet you. Like some toothless Joe named, Bucky. That's what we were taught. But
Toothless named Bucky.
A toothless Joe named Bucky.
That's the most ironic name ever, because normally you give that to a buck tooth.
There you go. But wait. I know that you growing up in Tejas over there believed that everyone from Los Angeles were sinners. And that
No, I didn't.
But that is a stereotype
that was
in Texas.
A stereotype. Yeah, if you basically California, especially LA, was was basically
Central.
like it was worse than Vegas. That's literally called Sin City.
Yeah. So
because this is where the root of
stereotypes.
all of those nasty shows are made.
Those are all the nasties are here. But when you came out here, you met me.
Mm-hmm. I met some amazing people
and
out
I
here.
still continue to this day believe that everyone in Texas.
Everyone you've met from Texas that has come out here to
You know
visit
who
me,
my
they all
favorite-
have teeth.
My favorite person I've ever met from Texas so far is Alex.
Yeah, Alex is awesome.
He's my favorite person.
Okay.
Are you looking it up?
I did, and I have the answer.
Tell me.
So cookies are a type of small, quick bread with a firm with a firm browned crust
Not crowned. Okay.
and a soft, crumbly interior.
Oh.
While scones are small, round cakes
Oh.
that, like bread, are made of flour, milk, and some fat. Now, here's my question. Then.
Oh, okay. So it's not just cultural. Okay.
So there is a difference. So
There's a
that's
cultural
technically
component.
So that's
All right.
technically more of a cake. But my thing is, if it's a cake, let it be a cake. Or maybe this is my biased view of it.
Oh my god.
Because when I think of a cake, I think of a light, fluffy sponge, as they would call it.
A light fluff, but in
Like
Europe they call
okay,
them
when I
sponges.
hear a small cake snack, I think of a Little Debbie.
Oh my god.
Because it's a cake. It's a little itty bitty cake.
Okay, have you ever heard
Like a
of
little,
it?
like remember the little Christmas tree, Little Debbie Christmas trees?
Yeah.
That's a little cake,
so
or like a zebra cake.
Okay.
That's a
So
cake.
what you're thinking of is a stereotypical like sponge cake,
Well, that's a cake.
but it isn't. There's like a zillion cakes out there.
Yeah, that's the good cake. When you have a scone, scones feel like the cake that got left in the oven too long, and it's just like
Wait.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't like really hard, crunchy breads.
Okay.
I want there to be some like I love the soft cookies. I don't like the hard cookies that.
I like soft cookies.
Yeah, like a soft cookie. But every time I have a scone, it's like I get the cookie that was left in the very back, or I get a cake that never saw the light of day from the oven, and I'm just like,
Okay, but
why
wait.
is it like a rock? I don't want to eat a rock.
A traditional.
I want a soft.
So
I want a soft
you're
baked
more
good.
thinking of a birthday type cake, and
Yeah.
a common sponge, and yes,
A common
a
sponge.
common sponge. But
Don't pop the peas.
pop the peas. But I will say that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
However, there are multitudes of cakes out there, and you might not like them, and that's completely fine. But don't judge cakes, sir.
I don't judge the people who enjoy the cakes. I don't judge people's taste of the cakes. I can judge the cakes. They're inanimate. If you love scones, enjoy them to your heart's content. You'll never hear me back talk down to you or be mean to you. But I will say, if I have the choice, I will take a regular cake or a cookie or an actual biscuit over a scone every single day of my life.
So what I am hearing, right, in this very random conversation is we know what a scone is now.
We figured it out.
We
It's
figured
it's an overdone cake.
According to Wikipedia, it's
an overdone cake.
spoon dough or boon.
No, you said it was like a. You said it was like a
Hold
spoon.
on.
A spoon cake?
A spoon cake? Was it a spoon cake? No.
No, spoon bread. Spoon bread.
Yeah, it's a classic spoon bread and very similar to a drop. What's a drop scone?
I don't know.
What
You're
are
the one
these
who looked it up.
names? Okay, but it's a fine white bread basically. It's spoon brewed.
Now I know that we get.
Oh,
I know that
pure and clean.
I know the UK rags on us all the time because our bread is so soft that you don't need teeth to eat it. Like it just, that's actually what they say. You don't need teeth to eat it.
You really don't.
And I'm like, you really don't. And I will admit, I think our normal bread is probably a little too soft. And like a good hearty French bread that's got a nice crust on the outside.
Like a baguette.
Yeah, where it's super soft inside but super
Ooh.
crunchy outside. Those are phenomenal.
Yes, please.
But a scone, unless I just had bad scones my entire life, which maybe is the case.
I honestly think there's not a good scone in Texas, so we have to.
Well,
revisit.
I mean, I never really had a scone in Texas. It was
Did
mainly
you have
LA.
scones out here then?
Yeah, I was
Maybe you
not
haven't
impressed.
Had a good scone.
No, because like I guess when I want a baked good, I want it soft, and all this is like just hard and crunchy.
You would hate biscottis, but biscotti is a hard.
Oh, I know the brand at least. I know that's not. So there's a brand called biscotti.
No,
Yes, there is.
there is.
Yeah.
Well, that just means
Every
cookie
time-
in Italian.
Yeah, so every time I get on a plane, they bring me, they call them biscottis, the American version,
Yeah.
and it says that on the thing, like in a label form. So I'm
That's
assuming
not the brand. I think that's just the.
no, it has like a special cursive writing. It's not like you see like craft, and then at the bottom
There's gotta
biscotti.
be. Hold on.
It's a biscotti.
Yeah.
It's like a coffee cookie.
It is. It's a coffee cookie.
Yeah,
but
the planes give it to you, and it's basically a cracker pretending to be a cookie.
it is not at all a cracker pretending to be a cookie.
That's what it
You-
feels like.
Do you Okay, I'm looking at it right. Is it?
I've-
Are you sure it's not called Biscoff?
Maybe.
You mean this?
Yes. I mean that.
Okay, so it's by a company called Lotus, and they call it a Biscoff, and that is not a biscotti. That's a cookie.
It's not a good cookie.
No, it's not. I hate these cookies.
I do
think
too.
they're disgusting.
I'm very sad that planes start giving you that and they don't give
It's
the
that.
peanuts anymore. Yeah. I hate those.
Okay, so it's a red box with Lotus, Biscoff, and an 8-ounce little thing on it.
I
It's
thought it
cookie.
was biscottis.
No, biscotti is you dip it in coffee and stuff. You can traditionally, but you wouldn't like it at all because it has it's hard. It is hard.
See, I don't
even like it.
I don't
I'm Italian.
I don't understand the very hard cookies,
Oh, I don't
the
either,
very
'cause
hard
I like
breads.
soft oatmeal raisin cookies. Like those are my favorite cookies, or sugar cookies, or I
sometimes
those.
I even think like just the straight up Chips Ahoy are too
those
hard.
are too crunchy.
But the soft
Has-
Chips Ahoy,
Oh, those are
that would
good.
be. Oh, those
Has
are good.
has me wife made you cake cookies? They're the softest cookies on the planet.
No, I have had some of her cookies and they are good.
Those are my gluten-free cookies, though, because I can't eat gluten.
Right.
But if she makes you cake cookies that are, like, full of gluten, they taste like a cake. She puts frosting on it. Like, it's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. See, that's something that sounds like it's up my alley right there.
Oh, no, that's good. Biscotto you wouldn't like. But you would like her cake cookies, for sure.
So I hope nobody's listening to this and just going like, why does Brian hate all of my favorite desserts?
I don't think he hates all your favorite desserts, but I will say that Brian is. You're weird.
I'm
not,
weirdly picky,
but you're not. Like if I put 3 types of exotic meats in front of you, you
I
would
eat
eat
them
it
all. Yeah,
but if
it involves meat, I am the least picky human being on the face of the earth.
You don't care when it comes to meat, but anything else, you are weirdly picky.
Yep,
I am the most unpicky person.
Oh yeah, no, you
I will
eat anything.
Yeah, I will. Well, remember when we went
anything that your body will let you eat, we should say.
Which is nothing, practically.
Yeah.
I can't eat anything.
He's got a lot of food allergies, but what he can't eat, he is not picky at all.
Oh, no.
And he's only picky because his body refuses it. If he had his way, he'd eat anything.
Oh, I would eat macaroni and cheese.
Oh, it's so good.
I miss it.
But yeah, no.
That macaroni and cheese you had last night at that restaurant looked good.
Yeah,
was it good?
It was pretty good. I wanted a little sharper cheese myself, but it was still pretty good.
Oh, sharp cheese. That sounds amazing. I'll poop my pants if I eat cheese.
We get some sharp cheddar on that bad boy, and it'd be just great.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Now I'm getting on a sharp cheddar binge.
Well, you can't have it.
You have a lot of Welch's wrappers on your desk.
Because I need to go throw them away, but the trash people are here today, and I don't want to go walk outside
trash
the garage.
People, you're
so
the
whenever
best
they take
of
when they take the trash away, I'll bring them back in, and then they all get thrown away.
Oh, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Did you hear my song, my Mariah Carey song?
I did. I did.
Can we say Mariah Carey on a podcast?
Yeah, we can say Mariah Carey.
We can?
And we can say Beyonce.
We can?
Yeah.
Queen Bee. Trash people, you're the... Wait, that doesn't sound right. What are they? They're not called trash people. They're called sanitation workers, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Sanitation engineers. I made that name up. They have a hard job.
I don't know if you made that up. That sounds legit.
Wait. Stop talking. They have a hard job.
They do.
Sanitation people have a hard job.
I wouldn't want to do it.
That is a job. And people get mean with them. Like,
well, people
why?
get mean with anybody in any sort of like public service.
Be nice. Like, they're hard workers. I just want to point that out. By the way, you're just kind of sitting there in silence. I don't even know what's going on.
I was talking.
No.
Quite a bit.
You're not bringing up topics. You're like...
Well, you ask me to bring up
okay.
a topic.
Excuse me, Brian.
Yes. I'm listening. What is it that you would request of me?
What are you doing today?
What am I doing today? Well, I'm doing a podcast with you first and foremost.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And
have you paid that person back their money?
What person?
The person that came to the front door.
No.
You didn't pay them their money?
No, I didn't pay them money.
Why?
Do you know what they wanted from me?
They said they wanted to pay the thing for you. They did 3 things for you.
No, they didn't want to pay nothing for me.
What?
They were trying to sell me a pizza. They didn't even have a pizza with them. I don't pay for pizzas that's not there.
You can't.
What am I going to do? Just order a pizza that's not there?
I'm sorry. I ate the pizza. They were asking for the money because I ate it.
You ate the pizza.
So
we stole a pizza from them because you didn't bother to share.
Did you not pay them?
No, because I thought they were trying to rob me.
Why would somebody try to rob you at your front door?
That's the perfect place to. I have all my valuables right there. So welcome to our world, y'all, where we just randomly break into a scenario and just make up a story on the spot.
Oh my gosh, you said that. That is the perfect spot. I mean, it makes sense.
You got everything there. You can just walk in there and grab whatever it is you need.
We do that, don't we?
Oh, all the time.
We make some random stories up.
None of these conversations really matter in the long haul.
Well, but we learned what scones were.
We did learn what scones were. We actually had some sort of productiveness.
Yes.
Because that's what everybody needs to know for their life is the exact difference between a scone and
spoon bread.
A scone and a cookie. And that just reminds me again
Spoon bread.
that the UK doesn't have our biscuits, and that makes me sad.
It
'Cause
does. I know.
Because I was on tour with Disney out in Germany, and while we were on this tour, there was one of the people on the tour with us. She was from the UK, and everyone else was from Germany. So they go off and they're speaking in German that neither one of us understands. So we hung out a lot, and that was one of the things we would talk about. We would talk about the differences between America and the UK.
There are tons.
Oh, there's a ton.
And
trust me,
they are better than us.
Oh, we spent hours and hours discussing this. I don't know if I'd say they're better, but there are some parts that are definitely better. I will admit that. Yes. But one of the first things we talked about was the great biscuit cookie debate.
Oh, there's a debate. Is it an active debate?
Well, no, I mean, like, the UK calls it biscuits. We call them cookies.
Right.
And we were talking about why that was. We never came to a definite conclusion, but then I asked her, I'm like, so what do y'all call our biscuits? And she's like, you guys have a biscuit?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So I like pull out a picture of like, a biscuit, and she's like, oh, that looks like a scone. And I was like, no. Scones are very hard. Biscuits are extremely soft.
Yeah.
Like that's
flaky.
They're flaky. They're soft. They're not meant to be hard.
But
And
they
she's
look
like,
like scones.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they're really soft. You put gravy on them. She's like, gravy on a biscuit? I'm like, oh, that's a Southerner's delight right there.
Because
biscuits and gravy,
biscuits
but not
out here are savory. Out there, they're sweet. So why would you put gravy on that? Yeah.
I know they're savory here, and on top of that, you don't put. This makes me so mad that the number one form of gravy is turkey gravy or the brown gravy.
Oh yeah, that's big out here.
Yeah, I'm shocked by like the only place. I'm gonna be honest. The only place I saw brown gravy in my 23 years living in Texas was KFC.
Well,
everywhere else had country gravy or white gravy.
That would make sense.
Or flour gravy. I don't know what you call it. I call it country gravy.
It's white gravy.
I just call it gravy.
Yeah.
Because in Texas, that's what you get.
It's common out there.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Country gravy.
And they have great gravy everywhere. Sausage gravy especially. That's one of my favorites. But they had never even heard of it. Or at least she hadn't. Yeah. She had never heard of like a white gravy. And I'm like, y'all don't have biscuits and gravy. That just hurts my heart.
Do you know in New York what they call pasta sauce? Gravy. They do, for reals.
That makes me even sadder.
Oh, it's disgusting because the first time I went out there to see family and you're going to put gravy on that. And I went, ew, why would I put gravy on this? It's pasta. Yeah, gravy is like a marinara sauce or something. It's nasty. Well, but that's the thing, right? We use different words for different things.
I guess that's true. Y'all have completely butchered the word of barbecue out here.
We are not getting back on that.
This is a new podcast. This is a new podcast. We have new people. They don't know the story.
Oh, they know the story.
They may not know the story.
Let me tell you the story.
No. Let me explain it. Let me explain it.
You don't deserve it.
Let me explain the difference and we move on. Fine.
And then he can explain his side. When he first moved out to California, I made the horrible mistake.
No, it wasn't just you. It was.
I'm sorry.
I didn't meet one person over here who knew how to do it right.
Right? Really? Whatever.
I stand by my statement.
So when he first moved out here and I said, hey, do you want to go get barbecue? And he said, yes. And I said, okay. And what I meant was a hot dog and hamburger because in California, that's what we mean by barbecue. He got up in arms and went, this isn't real barbecue. It means it's smoked. And then that was it. And then he had to educate me for what? We've been friends for almost 10 years. 10 years on what barbecue is. Now, mind you.
8 years.
Mind you, my friends. I want to just point something out. I was wrong. And I tell you why I was wrong. Because months and months and months have passed. Or had passed. And he would explain this thing to me. And I'm like, you're so pretentious. Oh my gosh. Then I looked it up. And I went, what is the difference between barbecue? Where does barbecue come from? And apparently barbecue he's raising his hands. Apparently barbecue comes from the Spanish word barbacoa, which means to pretty much smoke in ground. And I went, oh. And then I looked it up further, and lo and behold, barbecue derived from barbacoa. And yes, it means to smoke a meat. And now I understand that I was very wrong this whole time.
This wasn't meant to rag on you. You use the term correctly.
Oh, no,
now.
I know. There's tons of people that use it wrong. But now...
This is meant to educate the masses.
Yes, I hope they're being educated. But I will tell you that nowadays, when people tell me, let's go get some barbecue, I expect smoked meat. And instead I get a hamburger and I go, this isn't barbecue.
That's right.
And so, yes, I was wrong. But I will say that it took, I think it was 2 or 3 years that I found a place out here for Brian to try that he actually says is almost comparable to Texas barbecue. And me now having that, I was like, oh, this is what barbecue tastes like. Because out here, you don't get that.
No.
You won't get true barbecue.
No, you go to a place that has barbecue in the title and you get there and they put a brisket in the oven.
Yeah, I know. That's hurtful to you.
Oh.
It hurts your heart.
And then they'll put what? Ribs just on a grill?
I know. They do.
Oh.
You know the first time...
No, that's not barbecue.
You were the
That's
first
a disgrace. Actually, no. I love a good cookout.
You were the first person to ever feed me smoked chicken.
Really?
Never had it before.
Oh man, smoked chicken to me is like
it's
candy.
amazing, but I never had it before. So I was like, what is this thing? And then I was like, ooh, this is a good thing.
It's
and then
a great
I
thing.
got sick, but that was because my body can't eat anything. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. I'm a big guy. Like, I'm a large individual.
We're both bigger guys.
I'm a hefty man.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that. Like, I am darn tootin' proud of being a hefty man. But what I'm not proud of is the fact that the minimal things that I eat, and how picky as I am and I have to be, why am I not skinnier?
I don't know. Like, you guys don't see him, but I do. This man, like, will have a full meal as just a salad. And I'm not talking about covered in ranch dressing.
Ooh, I can't.
He can't have ranch. Like, there might be grilled chicken in it if he's lucky, but, like, he can't even have croutons in the thing.
No. I can't have croutons. I can't have any certain dressings. I can't have vinaigrettes. I can't.
And every time he gets a burger, he gets it protein style, so there's no bun, but it's usually wrapped up in lettuce.
And you don't see a lot of, like, cheese. There's no cheese on it.
There's no cheese on it.
No cheese on
now,
it.
You do go a little heavy on the mayo, though. I'm going to give you that one.
I do go heavy on
You do go heavy on the mayo.
Mayo is so good.
You do that one. I like a little bit of mayo, but when I see you do it, I'm like, oh, that's like 3 times more than I put on there. But then again, I like mayo, but I don't love it. I'm like, it's cool.
I do love mayo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't eat horribly.
No, I eat horribly.
I eat fruit every day, and yeah, I weigh 300 pounds. I don't know why. Now, mind you, I don't mind. Like, the doctor says I'm in good health. I do the best I can. That's great. But the minimal, I don't get it.
I have no idea. I really don't, because I deserve to look the way that I look with how I eat.
Deserve? I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, it's like, I don't eat super healthy, and I'll admit that. And if I started eating healthier, I'd probably lose like 60 pounds like it was nothing.
Like that.
Pretty much. Because, yeah, I eat unhealthy foods all the time. Bread is my friend.
Bread is my friend. Fish are not.
But you eat healthy food all the dadgum time.
I do.
And, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yesterday wasn't helpful because I had... So we celebrated something yesterday, which was really fun. And when we were at this restaurant celebrating, I had a prime rib and a double baked potato with all the fixins.
Or a twice baked potato for all y'all out there.
Yeah. So that wasn't good because I had like 300,000 calories of butter in that thing. But when it comes to like certain things, that's all I can eat. So it's like I just double up on it because I'm like, no, this is all I can eat. Like it makes me sad. It makes my stomach sad. It makes my life sad.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself now. Thanks so much for listening. This has been Sad Time with Paul.
Thank you for coming to his TED Talk.
Oh my God. I could do a TED Talk.
You really could.
One of the podcasts should be a TED Talk on, and I'll just do a TED Talk on psychology stuff.
Ooh, okay. I won't have much to say in that episode.
No, I'm going to ask you to ask me questions.
Oh, good.
Like
golly
random
molly.
questions about random things, and I'm going to try to like just do things with it. That made no sense. None of that made sense.
I know. I don't know if we set out to do this, but our first episode has just been like 95% food.
What are you talking about?
Like our whole first episode is like all about food, different kinds of food, and how we eat food. I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Food.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I just thought it was interesting.
Spoon bread.
Yeah, we learned about scones and spoon bread.
Spoon bread.
No,
And
I
we
was
did
just
talk
saying-
about we did talk about food a lot.
Well, it's not a bad
Oh
thing.
my
People love
God.
food. I love food.
I do love food. This will not be. Well, no, we'll talk about food again.
I mean,
I love sushi.
it makes sense. It makes sense for our first episode to be about food because it's life is a bowl of cashews.
food.
It is a food.
It is
So
a food
it
item.
actually is very fitting. But all of our episodes will not be about food.
No, I don't think so.
But we will definitely have some.
These are
food
just
episodes.
random conversations.
We just so happen to be based in food
By
today.
the way, like on the tube of the channels, on the YouTubes, and on whatever we post this on, comment on what you want us to talk about. We can talk about anything.
We will
Anything-
absolutely take
anything within
requests.
reason. Like we're not like, I don't want to talk about weird, scary things. I can't do scary. I can't do scary. Brian can do scary. I can't do scary.
I don't know. I can't do I don't know. I used to say I couldn't do scary, but I've lately been doing it better and better.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'll have nightmares.
Like I was always shocked by that because when I was even like in high school and college, like I'd get nightmares if I got too freaked out by something. But then lately, yeah, I watched most of The Walking Dead. Never really freaked me out. I played The Last of Us, which didn't really freak me
Last
out.
of Us was a game.
That is a game.
That is a hefty game.
That is a hefty game.
Whew.
And then
Turns your emotions right round.
yeah, it does. Then what else? I watched It, the new It,
we're not
and
talking
it
about
didn't
this.
scare me at all.
No, that should scare anybody that watches it. That movie is evil.
That one really. I didn't watch the original It. This was
Oh,
the
with Tim
2017
Curry?
one. Yeah, no, not with
Yeah.
Tim Curry. I didn't watch that, but I watched the newest one, and I didn't really like it. But I also wasn't scared by
You're
it.
talking about the clown guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, not happening.
I watched it. I was
No.
just like, whatever. But I wasn't scared at all. It's like I knew where every jump scare was coming,
Yeah, no.
and I was
no.
just like, wait, have I gotten so jaded to horror movies that I now have to
Which is
know when I'm gonna
common.
get
Yeah.
jump scared?
No. But I will say this. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
No scary thing.
Takes
I don't.
anything
Yeah,
like
no
that.
politics. No nothing
no.
like that. Like just fun, irrelevant, nonsensical, random topics. We would love to talk about it.
Basically, if they would talk about it on Seinfeld, that's what we're here to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
we'll totally talk about anything on Seinfeld. I love that show. But I think that's kind of that's not. But anyways, this was our first episode.
This was
I
our first
digged it.
episode.
I digged it a lot.
You digged it
Yeah, I digged it.
or dug it?
Dug it. Digged it.
Dug it?
Dug it. No,
Dug it.
I
Yes,
digged
dug it. You dug it.
No, digged it.
No, it's dug it.
Oh yeah, I dug that. No, see, no.
No, that totally works.
Okay, I'm gonna do this as a conversation.
Oh, good night, alive.
How you doing, Mr. Smith? I'm doing good. How are you? I dug it. First of all, that made no sense. Let's try that
I
again.
was like, that's
How you
that
doing,
numbers.
How you doing, Mr. Smith? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm well. Did you like that movie? I dug it. Oh yeah, it does make sense. And I dug it. Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
I dug it. Oh my God, Doug. I love Doug and patty mayonnaise.
Oh, that Doug. I thought you meant from Up.
No, Doug from
Doug Funny.
Yeah, Doug Funny.
Do 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 do.
If anyone knows, I love Doug. And
So-
then they rebooted it and it became stupid.
I was about to say, I was just like, so where do you fall? Did you like the Nickelodeon version or the Disney version?
Nickelodeon. That was true.
That
Doug.
was the better Doug.
Ong, ong.
That was actually pretty good
Who
for
was it?
Skeeter.
Yeah, you got it. I love it. Ong, ong. Hey, how to do his voice? I can't do it.
I've never actually tried Skeeter before. Hey there, Doug.
Kinda, yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
horrible, I guess.
No, you have to get that down. Okay. So give us some topics for next episode if you want.
Yeah.
This was a great conversation. I
well,
loved it.
I think next episode is us going to be diving into the history of Bippity Boppity Bros and what happened.
We are.
And
but give us
then-
topics too.
And then after that,
That's
we will.
like a saga.
I don't know if I'd say it's a saga.
It's a saga. Can we do like a saga? What would a saga theme song sound like? Dun 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 dun.
The history of Bippity Boppity Bros.
The saga.
There is turmoil and emotions everywhere.
Everywhere, baby.
And every so often,
Every so often.
a Disney fact.
Every so often.
With Paul.
Yes. That was awesome. awesome. All right, people.
We'll spill the deets next
we're still
episode. Yeah.
Hey.
Now it's over.
That was awesome.
I couldn't leave on it. I had to resolve it.
You had to. You
had to
end
resolve
it.
the
I know you
notes.
like ending things. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, comment,
Follow.
What do you say? What do you two people say? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
The
So
gist of it.
basically, just stick around for next week's episode.
Yay! And tell people about us.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to our random conversation. It was pleasure.
If you guys want another random conversation, you know where to come next week.
Yay!
Where
That's
life
us.
is salty, sweet, and a little bit nutty
Little.
on Life is a Bowl of Cashews.
That's so stupid. I love it. Okay.
We didn't plan that at all.
Bye.